Press record, okay.
How many years was it, Liz, though? It's okay, Brian, it's okay.
It was a lot, from my understanding, 20 something? Or Liz, you talked about Liz? Because that's what you called me? You called me Liz?
I did. Leslie, I'm sorry. You probably never knew Liz, Kim. Liz was
We're gonna set live.
Wesley for 15 or 16 years.
Good.
So a
So
long
that's,
time.
and that's recording and that's recording.
Liz is gone, what, 10 years? About 10 years she's gone, Liz.
She's been gone a long
And
time.
About
okay.
10 years.
And then there,
Has it been
okay.
that long?
Oh, 'cause
Good.
she was here, she left,
How long have I been sitting here?
I don't know, she left a little bit after I moved down here.
We're good.
Okay, now, will you please call the roll?
Tony Casada. He is actually in the hospital with pneumonia. Kimberly. Here. John.
Here.
Dennis.
Here.
Mike.
Here. First thing we'll do is, Tony's absent. Do I have a motion to approve his absence? He's in the hospital. A motion and a second?
Yes.
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Was it
All opposed,
Dennis?
say no.
I was second.
You were second?
No, John was first.
Dennis is the second.
I'm hearing none, so
John
motion
is
carries.
the mover
All righty.
and unanimous.
Please join me in the invocation. Lord, just thank you for our time together tonight. We pray that you will give us wisdom to make the best decisions for the city as you would guide us. We pray all this in your holy name. Amen. Kim, will you lead the pledge, please? To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we had two sets of minutes, so October and August. Are there any additions? We'll cover them both at the same time. Additions, deletions, anything? The only thing I saw was that in the October that I was listed as a board member rather than the chair. It's not a big deal, but it's just not the way that we always do it.
I will let Val know.
Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. So do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
Yes. Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second.
John, I'm sorry, I missed that. My head was down. Dennis and then John?
Yes.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Hearing none, motion carries. Mr. Walker, I think you're up.
Mr. Chairman, Board, if it pleases the board, this presentation will be done by our senior planner, Joshua Steele.
Okay. Mr. Steele, you're up.
Good evening, members of the board. I'm Josh Steele, senior planner here at Holly Hill, and tonight I'll be presenting staff findings and recommendations for the PD rezone application of the parcel located at 1600 Ridgewood Avenue. The applicant is Zon Engineering. They have some representatives in the crowd today. The parcel itself, just to give you some background on it, it's the property that's located at the northwest corner of Ridgewood Avenue and Flomich. It's previously utilized as a Wells Fargo bank with a drive-through teller station, but as of today, only the drive-through ATM is still being used and is active. The current zoning designation for it is CC1, and the future land use is general retail commercial. All the adjacent properties are CC1 to the north and south, B4 across the street on Ridgewood Avenue to the east, and R7 to the west. So on the west side, you'll see that there are residential properties there. With the exception of those parcels being utilized as residential, the other adjacent lots also have the same future land use as general retail commercial. So for the discussion and why we're here today, the applicant, Zon Engineering, is applying to change the zoning for the parcel from current, which is CC1, to a business plan unit development in order to develop the property as a professional services office, a warehouse, heavy equipment storage area, and light industrial uses. Warehousing, which is that section of the warehouse, that's only allowed as a special exception in the CC1, and heavy industrial uses do not conform with the regular CC1 requirements. The industrial uses we are referring to are just the storage of heavy equipment, like excavators, dump trucks, things like that. These allowances are being requested based upon meeting the criteria listed in the development agreement and preliminary plan that you can view in the upload documents that we have as Exhibits A and B. The applicant will also update the facade of the building in order to make it more aesthetically appealing. You can view examples of this in the renderings that they provided, and in the upload documents that would be Exhibit C. As previously stated, the main building will be utilized as professional office space for Zon Engineering. A Wells Fargo ATM will remain in the front of the building, and the existing canopies for the drive-through section will be demolished and replaced as the warehouse building in the second of 2 phases of development. All heavy equipment shall be relegated to the area indicated on the preliminary plan and shielded from view from those residential areas by an 8-foot solid vinyl fence. Access to the property for industrial and commercial business will be limited to Ridgewood and Flomich, so that's going to eliminate and restrict it on Espanola. The applicant is also eliminating the driveway cut that currently accesses Espanola to ensure this. The storage yard hours of operation will be limited to Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. If approved, the PD will allow all uses normally permitted under CC1 zoning district with the exception of car wash facilities, motor vehicle and marine sales, service, parts and repair, self-service laundromats, and paint and body shops, which will be eliminated as uses underneath the development agreement, and that's also in the documents that we provided. All requirements of the redevelopment overlay will still apply, except as specifically stated in the development agreement. So the reason why a planned development is being pursued today is so that the criteria and limitations can be placed upon the industrial, warehouse, and storage uses. This would not be typically possible with a straight rezone, and we wouldn't be able to do a rezone from CC1 to industrial category. Such limitations are especially important because the property does have those, it abuts those residential houses on the west side. So staff has reviewed the preliminary plan for flooding, wetlands, sidewalks, open space, and landscaping. You can view those findings in our staff report. The proposed BPUD zoning designation and the associated preliminary development plan have been evaluated for compatibility with land development regulations of Holly Hill in accordance with all applicable portions of Chapter 114, Division 13, and 114.771. Additionally, the rezone has been evaluated in accordance with Section 82.372, which provides criteria which the Board of Planning and Appeals and City Commission can utilize in reviewing a rezoning request. These findings are also available in the staff report. This rezone request has been evaluated for consistency with all applicable policies of the city's comprehensive plan, and we have found it to be compatible. So staff today, we're actually recommending that the Board of Planning and Appeals forward a recommendation to the City Commission if you find it. So does anybody have any questions for me?
Thank you, Mr. Steele. I do have a question. Tell me of the other uses in CC1 that are allowed, so that when we do this, all those will still be intact. What are they?
I don't have a list of all this.
There's a list of probably about 30 uses, Chair.
I thought it was long. I never got a chance to get to it today. I was going to try to do that, and I just ran out of
It's a
time.
long list. We can provide that to the board. I can get that and provide it to the board. Or if someone has I see a city attorney reaching for his laptop coming to the rescue.
I thought John might.
May I approach?
You may. Just don't do it again. No, John, kidding, John. Thank you.
Brian just said that the
Right.
drive-through was being utilized,
They're gonna tear it
but
down.
in the beginning, I thought he said that the building was shut and they,
The far right lane has an ATM at it, and even we had a neighborhood meeting there the other day, and people were coming through and utilizing that ATM on that far right lane.
Oh,
The teller stations, the tube stations, those aren't being utilized.
okay, 'cause I thought it was shut down completely. That's why, when you said that, it threw me off a little bit. Okay.
So the ATM, they're going to leave, where, are they gonna move the ATM to be part of the building, or
The
if they're gonna?
ATM, the plan that we've seen, the ATM will actually be in the front of the building.
Okay.
I would like for the board to be recognized before they converse with our speaker, please. Thank you. Does someone else have a question for John? We have these things, I'd like to, you can get them, and I'd like them entered into the record. Okay, Brian, please. They don't look too onerous to me, doesn't look like anything so bad. Any other questions for Mr. Steele? Mr. Zimble, are you going to speak?
I will, sure.
All right.
John Zembal, 150 South Palmetto Ave, Suite 201, here as applicant and developer. Thanks staff, Josh and Brian, for the report. They did a really great job, and I am here for questions, but I'll just say quickly, I grew up in Holly Hill, literally spent my whole childhood and adolescent life about a mile from here, right down from Riviera Country Club. I bank at this bank. This building has some intrinsic or sentimental value to me. I like the city of Holly Hill. I like the thought of bringing my businesses into the city of Holly Hill, and I hope you guys feel the same way. We've looked at the building and we're proposing some nice upgrades to make it look nice and keep up with the surrounding area. That area is actually starting to improve, and there's some nice improvements going on with a couple of the properties. So hopefully it's a good trend and we get to be a part of it. So I'm here for questions or anything else I can be useful with.
I have a question, John. I don't understand the route of ingress and egress for your heavy equipment. The gate on that southwest side is, I'm not understanding that. In the site plan?
So,
Can you put it on page 42, Brian?
Are you talking about Flemish or Espanola?
No, I'm talking about, I see that there's an entrance on Flemish and there's an entrance on US 1, Ridgewood. There's two gates in the warehouse storage area. One gate is on the middle west side, and I'm trying to figure out how that's utilized with the way the parking is now. So my question is how do you plan to get those things? What's that gate for? That's the thing that jumped out at me.
the gate in the parking lot down here,
That's the one.
because Espanola is not an approved access for heavy industrial traffic.
Right?
So honestly, that is going to be the most infrequent use of this property.
Okay.
Our intent is to keep our equipment on a job site,
Right.
and it only comes home if we're not doing our
If
job.
you're not working.
So,
Okay.
but we don't want to not have a home for it. So
Right.
we've agreed to fence across that outlet there to prevent the traffic from getting on Espanola.
Right.
And our intent is to enter off of Flemish
Right.
and drive straight through that gate parallel to the back of the building,
Right.
and then U-turn right back out and go right back the same way it came in.
Right.
And
That was-
now
that- that's
for
what-
planning of the project, I provided a wheel path analysis to Brian and staff, showing an
Right.
18-wheeler making that movement.
Okay, that was my question. I was trying to figure out how the tractor trailer was going to make that cut over with the sidewalks and things down there on that west side, coming out of that western gate. Do you see my question?
Yeah, I
Okay.
understand completely.
All right,
I
yeah,
mean, that sidewalk is about that tall, and we're gonna remove that median there.
Okay.
That's in front of that gate.
gotcha. Okay, Brian, that answers my question.
Okay.
That's what I was trying to understand. Thank you. Anyone else have a question for Mr.?
Yeah.
Go, Dennis.
Do you intend on getting deliveries there?
Rarely. Nothing that you can't deliver UPS and Amazon.
Yeah.
You know,
Not like sod, plants, anything like that gonna be delivered there?
No. That stuff we all have delivered to a job site never comes home, really.
Well, no, I was just asking because we have another facility like this that we have a problem with that.
Yeah.
It's in a residential also, and I wouldn't want to approve it, and, we have the same problem if we could put a restriction on it. So he-
Pizza's allowed, right, delivery?
Pizzas
allowed, right?
Pizzas can be delivered.
Yeah, can you kind of give us an idea of like the whole, I mean, what exactly are you guys, you're engineering and what's the big trucks for on job sites? I'm not sure.
I own half of Zon Engineering. My partner Pete Zon couldn't be here tonight, but you may know him.
Yeah.
He's been around for quite some time. Zon Engineering has been in business for over 40 years, local engineer, good reputation, and we're proud of the work we do. East Coast Marine is also my company, and we do marine construction. Been in business since 2018, and employ 30 people. Our yearly payroll is just over $1 million. So we're going to be paying employees just over $1 million from Holly Hill to shop at the 7-Eleven and the Publix and so forth, instead of down in Daytona where we're currently at. And integrated construction is also a construction business, which is a pure GC business. It's a one-office business, and we do custom homes and industrial or commercial build-outs.
The marine side of it, explain that a little bit to me.
Marine construction, we build docks, seawalls.
That kind of stuff, nothing to do with boats.
No, sir.
Okay, that's where I'm getting mixed up. Okay, when I heard marine, I was thinking boats.
Only as you have to use them in your construction, right?
Yeah, we got a couple of boats, but we don't sell them and we don't service them. But East Coast Marine is doing projects on Jackie Robinson Stadium right now.
Right.
And we actually won the bid to do the Dunlop boat ramp. So a couple of cool projects that we get to do this year. And in growing, we invested in some equipment, and we need to have a home for it. But at the same time, we need to keep it nice, and we want it to look nice for an engineering office. So when people hear contractor storage yard, they think, oh, that's going to be bad, but we want it to be nice. We need it to be nice because it serves all the businesses as a whole. So we're going to be owners, developers, and tenants of this property. So.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
So this building, you're going to be using the building itself for the 3 different businesses?
Yes, ma'am.
And then in the, I guess, where the parking lines are, is where you're going to be keeping the large equipment?
A portion of it. I think you've got maps, but I'd be happy to show you a map that I've got here. So we're going to continue to use some of the parking to serve the business, enough
Okay.
to at least meet the parking requirements. And just this section here is going to be outdoor storage.
Got it, okay.
So we put a gate across there so that way that doesn't interfere with the multi-family.
So you won't be
over there.
using, like, this gate that we're talking about right here? You're not using that gate
No,
for
yeah, that's
anything?
not a gate.
It's not a
That's a
gate?
gate there.
This is a gate,
So it's gonna
okay.
force any traffic
To go
back
this
out
way?
on the
So this
flat.
road right here is not going to be used at all for
Except
entry,
just customer parking.
customer parking? Okay, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
More questions? No?
Yeah,
Yes.
you just kind of contradicted yourself that you said you want a home for this equipment. You just told me that the equipment don't come home. So what is it? It's either coming home or it's not coming home. I own a construction company, and I know the equipment comes home.
Yeah, we don't want it to.
Yeah, but it does come home.
Too, but it does,
It-
correct.
it comes
Which is
home.
why we're here. We didn't want to move into a building and have it be a compliance issue because 99% of what we're going to be doing on a regular basis
Because
is permitted as currently zoned.
a 6-foot-high fence ain't gonna cover your equipment.
Yeah.
It's not even close.
That's why they pushed it back and they made it an 8-foot fence.
Right.
So we have a rendering that'll show you exactly what our biggest piece of equipment would look like in there. So yeah, but obviously you know that it may come home, and that's why we're here before you.
So you don't have a 200-foot crane, right?
I do not have a 200-foot crane.
I'm sure you got excavators though, right?
We do.
Which are 14, 15. You got 13.6 to the boom.
If you wanna know
Now,
exactly
page-
what it looks like.
55 or thereabouts.
What excavator do you have? I know what it looks like.
We
I had
got
105 pieces of
a
construction
GC
equipment.
360.
360. You're pushing about 11 feet.
11 feet.
Would it folded
Yeah.
down?
Bolt, boom down, correct.
Would it fold down? Pushing 11 feet in a residential area.
Chair,
Yes.
if I may, I just wanted the board to understand that the striped area on the plan that you see, that is where the heavy equipment will be confined. It will be confined to that area. So no heavy equipment will be in other areas of the site. There's also an 8-foot fence that will be
Right.
going around it. So the people there on Espanola, while they will be able to possibly see, a portion of a 360 excavator, it's not going to be directly across the street. It's going to be up closer to the building
Right.
with an 8-foot fence.
I think the whole storage area is the whole fenced area that he shows us on the plan, and the striped area, as I understood it, is to be the warehouse. Is that not correct?
The warehouse is a box around the current awning.
Right,
The striped area is the heavy equipment storage area,
okay.
and the area behind that is for other storage. Work trucks, couple box trailers.
Right.
So the 8-foot fence
Oh,
is
yeah.
going just
Right.
inside the landscape buffer, so it gives some vertical relief to the edge there. But if you keep flipping through, there's a rendering that shows that piece of equipment in the back.
About page 50, I think. Yeah, I misunderstood this, John, I apologize, because I thought that the whole fenced area was going to be storage, and I thought the crosshatched area was the proposed warehouse, but now I see that Phase 2, the proposed 3,000 square foot warehouse is actually north of the building and
Yeah.
at the back side.
There's
However, that
gonna
is
be other
not
equipment
in the
besides
equipment
that.
Storage area, that's west of where we're currently proposing to put the equipment. That's actually west.
I think that's
southwest.
what led me to think the way that I thought, just because I saw that backhoe in there, and so then I thought that where I saw that pointing, and then I thought that the Phase 2 was all of the crosshatch.
So flip back a couple of renderings. You can see what we want the building to look
Yeah.
like.
Michael,
Yes, sir.
how long has that place been, it's been 2 years since it's been open?
How long has it been gone? How long has it been gone, John, the bank?
2.5 years?
I was sad to see it go, that's for
It's
sure.
too close to another marijuana dispensary and too close to a church to become another one.
Yeah, we got enough of them.
Any more questions from Mr. Zimmer? Thank you, John.
Thank you.
In full disclosure, I surveyed this property for Mr. Zimbal, did the boundary survey for the, some stuff that he had to do with it. Does anyone want to speak against this project? You want to speak for it? If you'd like to speak, ma'am, come up, tell us who you are, where you're from.
I don't know much about zoning.
What's your name?
And my name is Beverly Hobson.
And where do you
I'm the-
live?
I'm the owner of the pawn shop adjacent to this development.
Okay,
I don't own the pawn shop, but just the building.
right.
And my first question is, in the zoning, by changing the zoning, does that have any impact on a pawn shop? Or is the pawn, does it change Is that so that the pawn shop could not stay there or something like that?
No, ma'am, this zoning affects this property only.
Just this property?
Just this property.
Everything else would, okay.
Yes, ma'am, that's so. And if y'all will correct me if I'm wrong. Right, okay,
Okay, that was my first concern.
all right.
And then, I haven't really had a chance to see these pictures, and my question is, aesthetically, it looks like the front, where the property is going to front on Ridgewood
Mhm.
is open, and then the fencing is behind that. Am I correct? And so, from the pawn shop's perspective, or from my property's perspective, that's still going to be no change as far as visibility or anything. It would probably go a little ways down, the fence would start part way down the side of my building.
Correct. Yeah, you can see the line across there
Well,
where the fence starts. I can show you closer here. That's right.
yes, please do.
So that's what the front's gonna look like.
Okay.
Chair?
Yes, sir.
So you're aware, a neighborhood meeting was held at the site. All of the folks who live in that area, not long Espanola, were invited to that meeting. So a meeting was held, so the neighborhood is aware, and they were invited to the.
To be here tonight,
It
right?
was, and we were out of town, and so that's why we were not there.
Okay,
And I did tell the people at the pawn shop to go over, it, but I have not talked to them. But we were out of town. It was the night before Thanksgiving. That's a little iffy.
That was accidental.
Yeah, that I was not happy about.
I believe that.
But, we were just trying, it's okay. We can do this here. We were trying, if there was a lot of interest, we wanted to knock some of this out beforehand. But
Right.
this is just fine.
And a
So
neighborhood
here's your
meeting
building, there's the
is
board.
not required. Neighborhood meeting is not
Right.
required at all.
I
They did
understand.
that of their own will, and it was a
Goodwill.
nice thing to do that they had it at all, but they could have not had one at all.
Right, I understand.
So there's the corner of your building, and our fence is gonna go back here.
Okay.
All right. No more questions for anyone? All right. Let me turn back to my page.
I should make a deal, one question
I'm sorry?
for Brian, real quick. I do have one question.
All right, ask
You
it.
said something about the neighborhood meeting. What was the response? I mean, at the end of the day,
My understanding, because I wasn't there, the senior planner was there, and when he stated to me that it was kind of a mixed response in terms of the primary concerns.
sorry.
The primary concerns were with regard to stormwater and flooding, which those are issues that really don't apply to this site because it's already a developed site.
Right.
It's not like they're doing new development or adding any new development other than the warehouse, which is part of a different phase, and at that time, that will go through a full site plan review
Right.
and need to comply with stormwater requirements. But there wasn't anybody who was adamantly against it, and everyone was told, you know, to come this evening if they had any concerns.
Right.
And we have the lady and her husband who came, glad that they, you know, showed their questions, but that's it in terms of those who showed up.
Okay. All right. Anything else? All right. I'm looking for a motion to recommend to the city commission adopt the ordinance enacting do we need to do this in two parts? Nope, just a zone, straight rezoning. Okay,
It's just a rezone,
all right,
and all the documents that you all are referencing are all part of that rezoning.
all right, okay. Recommend to the city commission that we adopt the ordinance enacting the rezone from CC1 Commercial Corridor District to BPUD Business Planned Unit Development and approve the associated development agreement and preliminary plan for property located on the northwest corner of Ridgewood Avenue and Floman Street, also known as 1600 Ridgewood Avenue. Do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion. I'd like to see something that was at an empty building, and they've been in business for a long time, and we need some new blood.
We have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second the
I have
motion.
a motion and a second. Is there any more discussion? Call the question, please.
John Daniel,
Yes.
Kimberly Reed,
Yes.
Dennis Smith,
Yes.
Mike Meyer.
Yes, enthusiastically, yes, actually. So, yeah.
Welcome to the Hill.
So now you will meet with the city commission.
That, we're not sure about a date. The applicant this evening does not own the property yet, and so they can go through BOPA and they can go through first reading of the city commission, but it can't be adopted until they actually own the property. And that, they're thinking may happen around March or so. So it won't be scheduled for first and second reading until later on.
Sometime in the future. Okay, all right. All right, well, Mr. Zimmer, we hope that your closing goes well. I said, I hope that your closing goes well.
Yes, sir.
And
We're
that-
working with corporate America over like 5 or 6 words. Literally.
I believe it. All righty, well, let's move on then.
Chair,
Yes, sir.
sorry, may I? I
You
just wanna
may.
Make sure the applicant understands something. Because they can go to the first reading in December 9th, okay? You can do that, and then at that meeting, you can schedule for March when you actually own the property. If you hold off until March, you possibly may have to re-advertise. Okay, so that means come March, because you have a lot of people who, they're not gonna know when that meeting is unless they're told. Whereas tonight, if you had a date certain, if you said it's gonna be March 15th, then you can go to date certain. But in this case, where you don't know when it's gonna be, you're gonna have to re-advertise so that people know when that commission meeting is. So you're gonna have to do your mailings again, and you're gonna have to put a placard out.
Pretty confident that we will close late February. So first meeting in February, second reading in March would be what I would be targeting. If we can move forward with those date-specific meeting dates, I would be happy with that. If not, then I just don't want to bring it before for first reading and then leave a large gap before the second reading.
You can do that, that has been done. I just, sometimes my opinion is it's better to have everything together where the neighborhood, the commission, have everything fresh in mind.
So if I take it to the December 9th, which has already been advertised,
Well, advertise in the sense that tonight we would let everyone know it's gonna be December 9th. People come to the meeting here.
Since it's,
You're good.
it's an owner requested zone, then only means you want to advertise it in the second reading. First reading is not to be advertised.
Even if he doesn't.
It's not an issue, we're not rezoning ourselves, we're not initiating rezoning, so it gets adopted just like any other ordinance.
So if he waits, if he doesn't, sometime in March or April, he doesn't need to he doesn't need to let people know. Otherwise, how's the community gonna know that?
Well, they gotta advertise second reading.
Okay.
regardless of.
Regardless, you gotta advertise second reading.
So that's the meeting that's gonna be a problem.
That's the
with
public
the
hearing.
closing anyway.
Okay.
So we'd have to do that.
Does that have any bearing on our time schedule, or no? Once we're done, we're done?
At least understand.
That doesn't, there's no gap?
Doesn't affect
So we
us.
just-
No, this is all commission stuff.
Right,
You don't have.
And we've made our recommendation.
right.
So
Whether it's a
if you
week or a
change-
month, doesn't matter.
If you change, made a substantial change in the whole plan, then it would have to come back.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, all right, we're all set?
Thank you.
All right. Okay. Any old business? New business? Board staff communications, what's happening towards them?
Nothing other than just everyone have a Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, everybody.
We got the parade, we got this, we're gonna see everybody before then, right?
Saturday, we have the parade.
Friday's is Christmas tree lighting?
Friday night is the Christmas tree lighting, and then, week after the parade is, the city attorney's Christmas party over at Seacole Hall.
Super, sounds good. All right, well, I would entertain a motion to adjourn. Second?
Second.
Motion and a second, doesn't require discussion, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say no, and stay here. All right, motion carries, meeting adjourned, thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thanks everybody for your time. Appreciate you having us.
I'm just concerned, we have a problem with another thing with the equipment.
Yeah.
That's, I don't wanna get yourself in trouble. I don't wanna get yourself in trouble, because you know,
We don't want to be in trouble.
the neighbors are
We
gonna.
don't want to be somewhere where it's going to be a problem or where.
I'm just saying, I don't want the neighbors calling. They're not gonna call now, they're not even coming to see what's going on.
Yeah. Oh,
As soon as that first machine goes beep, beep, beep at 7 o'clock in the morning.
yep. Yeah. We're very aware and tend to be good.
Everybody tries.
You'll hear about it.
Everybody, that's all I'm saying. I had 105 pieces of equipment.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Take care of.
yeah, so I know how it goes.
My mulligan this year. Your point.
What's that? You know, I did, I was a builder. I did demolition, deep foundations. I do helical piles.
As long as you're like
Yeah,
almost related.
I put up communication towers.